Are your dirt bike grips old, manking and falling apart just like ours? If they are, stand by because we're installing these.
Today on Hard Enduro, we install ODI Lock On Grips. So if you find your grips working their way to the centre of the bar or wearing out quicker than they should, this video is for you.
Alright guys, today we're going to be installing these ODI Lock On Grips onto Al's 24 Beta Xtrainer. These grips come standard on KTM's Husqvarna gas, which is fantastic because they're super simple to swap out and change. They don't move once they're installed, and they've got a whole heap of different styles of grips that you can grab. I like to use these, the half waffle, and I think the half waffle comes standard on the KTMs. The other reason why we're installing these so soon with a pretty new bike is that the Beta ones are known to be not very good, and they instantly start walking around. We could take it off, we could put more grip glue on it, but for $45, $50 Australian or probably $30 US, much easier to go with these. Very simple to install, at least for one half of it. On the KTMs and that type of throttle, very, very simple, it's just 2 bolts. The Betas with the domino throttle, it's a little bit harder just because of the way it's designed, but we'll run you through that. Now the kit can go on multiple bikes. They come with a number of cams which we'll show you that click onto the throttle, and you need to hop onto the internet and onto the ODI website, and it'll tell you which cam suits your bike. So we'll get into it and we'll show you how to do it. All right, here we've got a close-up of the package for the ODI Lock On Grips. On the back you can see it mentions a number of cams that come with it. They will relate to whichever bike that you have. You can find out which one relates to yours by hopping onto the ODI website, and it'll give you an example. It'll tell you exactly which cam you're supposed to use. So if I open this up, so here are all the different cams, and obviously this is for the left hand side. You can see that it does not have the throttle system on it and the cam that's on it. These just simply push off, and your other cam needs to be popped straight back on. Very simple like this. Just make sure that it's around the right way, follow the instructions, and also I would look at, when you take apart your current throttle, either take some photographs of it or some videos so that you know exactly which way the throttle cable actually attaches to it. Let's get on and get installing. All right, so we've taken off the handguards just to make it a little bit easier for you to see what we're doing next. You don't have to take them completely off. Some of them you can just take the end out and drop it down. But our next stage is that we need to remove the old one. You can either yank it off completely. Sometimes you can put some air up underneath it with a compressor and just blow it off. Or you can cut it off with a Stanley knife, which is what we're doing. Depends on how much glue people have used. On this one, as you can see, it just spins around. So there's probably not much glue. I could probably pull it off if I really tried, but we're just going to cut it off today and make life much easier. So simple as that. Absolutely no glue is being used on this. It does have some knurling on here, which is supposed to grip the grip. and hold it on, but doesn't really seem to do much. I know with the bigger bars, like Pro Taper bars, I had to actually hone this knurling down. So I used some sandpaper and also a file, just to file it down a bit, because I found that this the grip wouldn't actually go on. So you might have to take like 1/2 mil off, or a 1,000th for the Americans out there, and we can just go from there. So, alrighty, so these have got just a little grub screw here, and you need an Allen key. You need to open it up a little bit. It does have some Loctite inside it, so open it enough so that you can slide it onto the end of the bar. Make sure it's up in the right angle for you. Generally the waffle shape will go underneath. All right, so if you're using handguards, you obviously need to make sure that you do punch out the end. I think you can drill these out or punch them out. I'll have to have a look in a minute, but we'll go ahead and do that and come back. All right, so we've popped the end out of this. These basically, you can just jam a screwdriver down or tap it with a hammer if you can get to it. They pretty much pop out really simple. The next step is just to slide it on. With this one, I didn't need to sand the knurling at all. The bars are thin enough that it'll just go straight on. So once you get it to the position that you like, use your Allen bolt and tighten it up. All right, so basically once you've put your grip on, get it to where you want it, and then tighten it up with the Allen bolt. So we'll move on to the next side. Alrighty, we're on to the throttle side. Obviously a lot more complicated. With the dominoes, we need to peel back the rubber here, and there are 2 screws up underneath. So we'll go ahead and do that and move on to the next stage. All right, so we've taken the cam apart. It's basically just 2 bolts up underneath, all right? The fun part about the domino throttles are that if I let go of this, it actually retracts up to the top, and then you'll need something like a needle nose pliers to be able to pull it out, unless you want to pull the entire throttle assembly apart, which is not really needed. So Al and I, before, we just tested out to see what the best way to do it was, and we just found that the pliers were the way to go. So if Al just holds that for a second, what you want to do is, this is the new cam, okay, and this is the old cam that is attached. You want to make sure that you've got the right cam for it, and this is cam D, and this is a Beta Xtrainer. So what you can do is literally hold it over the existing cam, and you can sort of see that it's identical. That way you know 100% that you're putting the correct cam on. And now for the alignment. So you want to make sure that everything is aligned exactly the same. So one way to do it is just to hold up your current or your old throttle grip, and then hold up the cam. And with the dominoes, we found that this was the easiest way to attach it. Al's just threading it through. There's 2 ways. You can come in from the left or the right.
And then it goes into that slot there. But if you release that, it's going to roll over, and that's just going to pop straight out again. So once you've got it in, you're going to have to keep it rolled over and seat it in here, but stop the spring from returning it. Some of these throttles, Furs, they have a send and return cable.
Yeah.
But this one just has a spring. Yeah. So it's that single cable. All right.
It's possible to do it with 1 person, but it's just a little bit easier now with 2, just to show you how we're doing it. Now you want to align your throttle together. All right, so once we've got our cam ready to be installed, and you've chosen the correct cam for your bike, we need to make sure that we go and align this cam pretty much identical to the original one. And that just clicks straight on. You can see that both of them are about the same. So slide it up. You can put some PTFE spray on here if you want to.
So we've got to try and get this ball end in. Oh, nearly. And once that's in, that's got to sit back into this slot here. So we'll see if that'll stay now.
I've got that.
Yeah, there we go. And then we've got to bring this housing back over the cam. Okay.
All right, so once you've installed it, like everything, you need to test it to make sure you've installed it correctly. My suggestion is make sure your bike is in neutral and or up on a stand, and then you can start your bike and give it a bit of a twist and make sure it all functions properly. Then you can go ahead and install your handguards. And that's how you install ODI Lock On Grips. Very simple. Are your dirt bike grips old? Fuck. Your dirt bike grips old, manky and falling apart, just like Al. If, it's gonna get worse. Oh.
Loud, energetic, vibrant.
All right, take 58. Forgotten.